There's not enough rain in California to bring your chopper down. There's not enough rain in California, California.
You're gonna regret this.
There's not enough rain in California to bring your chopper down. There's not enough rain in California, California.
I have a bad feeling about
I'm
this.
assuming we're still recording.
Yeah, we're recording now.
Wait, there's something very weak coming through.
All right, well, welcome everybody to an experiment here on the Cantina Club. This is the first episode of the Cantina Club Trench Run. We have exactly 10 minutes to discuss whatever particular topic we choose. And in a minute, I'll tell you the topic. But
What is
first,
it?
I want to unveil the first ever Cantina Club t-shirt. So if you can see that.
Hey.
That's a surprise.
So that is the first ever official Cantina Club 78 t-shirt.
Yay.
Yeah, it is not available in our shop. So, anyway, so that's our unboxing for this episode. Okay, so this topic we're going to discuss favorite Imperial officer moments.
What?
And we're just going to again see how this goes. We've got exactly 10 minutes once I start the clock, and then we're off and running. All right, and go.
Begin.
So I'll start it off by saying one of my favorite kind of obscure moments is from The Empire Strikes Back, when it's the officer who stands and just kind of looks back at Vader when he's so upset after the Falcon gets away, jumps off into hyperspace when they're supposed to be deactivated, and he doesn't say anything. He just turns and just walks off, and you can just feel the anger seething out of him. And that one guy just acting like he's got like a tablet or something. He's like, and after he walks, he just kind of looks at him like that. That's one of my favorite.
There's several guys who look up at his feet as he walks by too. Yeah.
Just kind of.
Good work, Commander.
So that's very high on my, not necessarily my favorite, but that's very high on my list.
All right, Gundark, you got one? Commence your attack run.
Yeah. I commenced my attack run by noting there's this seemingly endless parade of Imperials who love to mess with Darth Vader throughout all the films. Usually they're ones who have those posh British accents, like they won the Monty Python Get It a Year award. And that for some reason they think it is wise.
Oh, a Gundark obscure reference.
I love it.
They think somehow it's wise to mess with a 7-foot-tall guy in black leather and a mask, and they just constantly driven to mess with them.
Usually a bad idea.
Yeah, and the guy I think who inaugurates that is the neck guy from the boardroom on the Death Star. I can't remember his name. What is
Find
it?
your lack
Marty
of
or
faith disturbing.
I think it's General Marty. Yeah.
General Marty.
It's either Marty or Tag.
Marty.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
I think it may be Marty.
Yeah.
Who's mouthing off about the superior firepower of the Death Star, their technological terror, and you get the first instance of Darth
You don't
Vader.
frighten us.
Yeah. The dude. I mean, okay. The Darth Vader's 7 foot tall.
That is correct.
He's in black leather armor. He's in a mask, and he's got superpowers.
Correct.
Why is it that why do these British dudes keep wanting to mess with him? And Marty
These
just
British dudes.
Marty pushes it and
You have
pushes
faith
it
in
and
me for
pushes
the
it.
last.
But it is
I will
also-
point out that he's a British dude.
Yeah.
Proud.
What have we here?
He was the biggest British dude who ever lived.
All the Imperial officers are mined from the British planet.
Yeah,
Right.
the planet of British accent. But
I have always been protected by arrogance. I don't understand why this situation would be any different.
Marty does the best performance though with neck. The neck performance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, the award for best choking.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay, well,
I've
I've got to lock my S-Fills in attack position and move into position here. And I'm going to, there's tons of them, but I'm going to go with the guy, all of them, that guy from Rogue One. What's all of them? Close the shields. What now? We want you to review all the files. All of the files. All he does is continually talk back to Ben Mendelsohn. Who's that character's name? Krennic. Yeah, anything Krennic says, he's just there to be like, are you serious? And we're under attack. What now? You know, he just he's such a skeptic. He doesn't believe anything, and he just repeats everything said to him in a completely unbelieving tone. And he's totally incompetent. And I love that guy. I hope he lived. I think he was hit by a Star Destroyer in the face. I don't think he lived.
I
But
love him too because he's middle management's horror.
Yeah.
Every middle manager's horror is the peon who's like, "What? That now?" You know,
Yeah.
what?
everything looks, he has that look in his face like everything is disgusting to him that he's seeing and unbelievable. Like, this is not the way the railroad's supposed to be run, and he can't believe it. Love that guy. Okay, next.
Okay. All right, it's my turn. My turn for my trench run. Okay, so for me, I'm going back to Empire Strikes Back, and Admiral Piet when he basically approaches Vader in the meditation chamber, and he is helmetless. The look on his face, I've always thought was just priceless. They're just gonna
The flinch.
just, and then he turns like, ugh. Just one of those moments that has always stuck out to me. It's just, I've always found that hilarious. I thought it, but to me, it's also one of those cool moments that always added a touch of humanity to Star Wars. You know, it wasn't just this robotic, I am an officer and I'm here to deliver my report. You know, he actually was like, what the? And then, yeah. it kind of added
And some of these side actors are some of the best actors. They do the most with their little parts, you know. Some of them aren't great, but a lot of them are great British actors. Go ahead, Gundar.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to
Full throttle.
Krennic Rogue One. Just about every moment with Krennic. And if you're thinking about, it's middle management on a bad day, on not just a bad day, but the worst day of his career and the last day of his career. And a person who's worked in retail, as somebody who's worked in retail with middle managers that are exactly like Krennic, there's something just profoundly satisfying by seeing him scramble around. Trying to be tyrannous to his little followers and then scrambling around and just recognizing that everything's going up in smoke. And the great moment whenever there's the attack on Scarif and they start to recognize what's happening and he looks around at all the guys like, do something. And then there's all this scrambling. And then finally
and that klaxon starts going off.
It's classic middle management at the end too. When he approaches Jen Erso and he takes the time to like mouth off at her, you know, and he says, "You have cost me nothing but time." You know, time for his favored management project is the most important thing to him. That my project didn't get done on time. You know, that's more important to him.
I will point out you're doing multiple moments now.
Oh, okay.
I think as admirable an effort that is, I think it impacted on the surface. It didn't go in.
It didn't go in.
So I'm going in full throttle to keep these fighters off my back. I hope they can keep on my back for a second. I want to mention the guy that is ignored by so many people because they've seen Empire Strikes Back on TNT over and over again as they're growing up, and it's freaking cut down to fit on the screen. It's the guy who gets hit by the asteroid while he's talking to Vader, and he goes, and he disappears.
Good work, Commander.
That's one of my all-time favorite Imperial officers. One of the great in the Empire Strikes Back that made it so ruthless. Vader doesn't even stop the meeting or acknowledge it. Correct. They just lost a Star Destroyer by his tactic of bringing it into an asteroid field. That guy just eats it and is dead and gone. Like he failed him for the last time just by, asteroid got.
Correct.
And you can't see that on the edited version that is on television.
Watch it in widescreen.
You have failed me for the last time.
All right, so starting my attack run again, I'm gonna have to pick again with Empire apparently because it's my favorite, but Captain Nita faking it. He's the only guy who's ever been able to fake being dead. As far as being killed by Vader, because clearly he stands up on his own.
He pushes up
his so-called dead body. Clearly his legs push up.
Word of this gets out, it could generate sympathy for the rebellion in the Senate.
Some kind of epiglottis exercises where he was able to resist the dark side.
Okay.
His race breathes through their butt, and he didn't never let on.
Dark tag, you're it. You're run.
I'm going in. I gotta go back to Krennic again. If I'm not allowed to have more than one Krennic moment, I've got to bring the parade of Imperials mouthing off to Darth Vader to a close with Krennic actually not doing it. when he goes to visit Darth Vader on his volcano planet, he has the wisdom not to mouth off to him, and he shows actual fear. For a guy rocking a white cape all throughout and lording it over everybody he possibly can, and standing up even to Tarkin, he knows to quail in the face of the guy with the dark cape. So I gotta give it to him.
Yes.
He's not gonna be absolutely choked, and then by Vader, he's gonna go out in a middle management way. So
Yeah, exactly.
he sticks
All right,
to the gun.
am I going to get my attack run here? And I
Yep,
don't know.
you
They're
got your
closing
attack run.
faster.
You got your attack run.
Quick! Targeting computer. I gotta say, General Veers from Empire Strikes Back. You can pick almost any moment, but I love the moment when he's in the when he says fire full power or whatever when they're taking down the generator and they take a second to wipe out those two guys running on the ice.
Oh, I know.
Right before they refocus and fire. I don't know if it's his counters or him, but Julian Glover's awesome. His arrogance is incredible. He does hesitate a little bit with Vader, but he's one of the only guys competent enough to stay alive through most of that, and they cut his death scene. But
Exactly.
I love that moment. That moment where he takes out and he tells Vader, "She'll be down in moments, my lord." He's so arrogant and perfect in that.
Oh, absolutely. So okay, well, another track one. They're coming in much faster this time.
You know.
I'll have to say that
down.
Admiral Ozzel. Admiral Ozzel has, to me, one of the best on-screen deaths and officer moments combined with him and then Piet, and the fact that literally on screen he promotes Captain Piet to Admiral Piet.
Good work,
on screen. As Ozzel dies behind him.
Impressive.
And again, it kind of gets back to one of yours before, Brian, where Vader just completely ignores the fact that someone just died.
Right.
And it's like
natural causes in the Imperial Navy. It's not even notable.
Absolutely. Yeah, being force choked by Vader is a completely natural cause.
Okay, I'm going in for my final attack run. I only got moments. I'm gonna go for it. The dude who walks alongside Vader aboard the
I
Tanner
have you
before
now.
in
I have
Star
you
Wars: A
now.
New Hope.
I have you
And
now.
we are
You can't do any more good back there.
I gotta pull out.
There's not enough rain in California. Don't bring your
that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Not enough rain in California.
You're gonna regret
Not
this.
enough rain in
The Imperial Senate will not be still for this.
Don't bring your chopper down. Not enough rain in California.
You're gravely mistaken.